This is Cloud the Tank. I am recording this video, even though it's been once to record, but it's going to have no music involved, so WMG will not have to ban this video. This is a Wurlitzer 3700 Americana. I've got bad name pronunciations, but there's the logo. There's the Wurlitzer name there. I got this thing in Pennsylvania. It cost quite a bit. This thing cost about $152, so I barely won this one on eBay. So right now this thing is in non-working up condition right now, so I'm in the middle of trying to repair it as best as I could. Here is one of the boards. It's got to go back in. I cleaned up most of the junk on here because someone must have spilled Coca-Cola in here, because that's basically the only substance that actually eats on motherboards. But I'm not sure if it ate very much on here at all, or it could have been like Pepsi or some other substance that might have been stuck. This side here, I completely cleaned it off with some rubbing alcohol and a very light steel brush, steel wool anyway. It was like really yellow, dirty, and disgusting. So, but the only thing I can see is bad is that spot there. It's black, but I'm not sure exactly what its purpose is. And on this side, it's got a chip, as you can see in the camera here. If not, that might be fuzzy because of YouTube or something. I cleaned that out and I completely torn this thing down to that last motherboard you see at the bottom. This is the memory unit here, so all of the pin bank and everything. I cleaned the motor down below, cleaned this contact board, cleaned the plastic board here, cleaned these contacts here. Double checked all these, make sure everything was alright. This one here, I'm not too sure. One side here seems to work, but the other side does not. So I don't know if it's a power issue or not, but it might have been because the contacts were so dirty and nothing was making contact whatsoever, or I got a blown out relay or something. For these here, they run up against that board I just shown you. That one is sitting in that box right there. These here all run across the contact board for anything that's hot. This is what the carousel moves under. This thing is held together on the carousel with a pin. Which there's the carousel top of it. See, this is everything for the entire magazine that sits on top. Basically, that thing is pretty much pinned to this, which is also held by this here, which has got a ball bearing in the middle of it. We just got a brand new one because I only had one bearing left in the old one, so my dad pressed this bearing in after we pressed the old one out, and it took us a couple of tries to get it out, but that's a brand new bearing. It's all greased up and ready to go. I greased up and cleaned the bearing that runs inside this. There's a right now I can't really see it because it's inside, but inside this cylinder here, there's a ball bearing that's inside of that as well. Same type as this one here. It's got round, long bearings about that long. And there's probably about at least about 6 to 8 at least inside there that help keep this thing moving freely. So, and I got everything pretty much back where it's supposed to be. If you ever had to take these things apart, it's always got to remember A and V for these things here always stay near these plugs here. These plugs here, the letter A and V is always towards that. So these things will be always towards you when you're looking at the machine. I'm going to hit show the inside of this thing. Right now I still gotta take some other stuff apart in here, so. Might have to make this a two-part video. Okay. Right now this is right now I ain't gonna bother trying to turn this thing on because I don't got everything in place anymore, so plus I need to take more of it apart, so I ain't gonna bother turning it on, but everything does turn on. The selection unit does not work. I'm not sure exactly if that was this has gotta be at least a power issue. The buttons stick, but these things here, they just don't wanna contact at all. These solenoids don't want to activate. There's just no power to those whatsoever. The selection lights on top do work. The light right there do works. The lights in the door, they do not work. I had no idea why. It's just like those, it just don't work. Alright, now as you can see here, there's a lot of crud that was underneath the wheel. And this is a another piece that runs on that piece I just showed you. The one that's got the new ball bearing in there. That's got to fit on top. And it's held together by a pin here. We're going to see how nasty this thing is. It's just terrible. And you can see the back of it. Well, you can kind of see it right there. It's really also dirty. If you're here in person, you could actually definitely tell it's dirty compared to what your camera could see. There's the cash thing for all the coins to run through. That's still intact. Not like my other ones, they're pretty much gone. Except for my Rome jukebox is the only one that has it. My other two Rockolas do not have this at all. They just do not. Another thing that this jukebox does not have, just like my Rome, does have no key slot for that lock that's sitting down there. But I believe I do have a key for the cash box, but I can't remember what I put it in here, so I'll probably figure that out later. Because right now it's not much of a concern, but anyways, I gotta clean that. I gotta clean that plate off that the tire unit sits on. Let's see, I got a light somewhere here. Let's see where I can find my light. Oh. Trusty light.